Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
One system that we kind of loved to watch this past season that's similar to the Guardians, young and maybe ran out of gas, would be Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's free agency season. We know that there's not going to be much activity there. The Cavs made their pick at 14, so they're kind of, you can have the conspiracy theory if the moves right that they've made this offseason lead to potentially bringing back the king, the chosen one, to town next year.
Thank you, Brian Windhurst.
Yes, Brian.
For that nugget in the memes.
I'm doing the meme right now. If you're listening,
Why would they do that? Now, why would they do that?
Why would they do that? We had to get that in at least one. Everybody else has been able to have fun with that, but we haven't had to.
I love Brian Windhurst, dude. I love him so much.
But Windy is.
If I can get a guest on this show, if I could ever get him, I would be so excited.
That would be amazing. To have ESPN having Windy and Woj, my goodness, and really it's Woj and Shams that go back and forth, and then Brian just has like that behind the scenes that he has all these stories and he's very connected. People thought that he just followed LeBron once he left and went to Miami. Brian's good at his job. Windy is very, very, very good at his job. And the NBA saw that, ESPN saw that, and he has grown the right way. So, boy, to have Woj and Windy is amazing. And they've talked about how the Cavs, they signed Darius Garland to the richest contract in franchise history.
Yep.
It's like $190-some million for 5 years.
Which is weird that it's not LeBron, but yeah.
Well, and LeBron was always taken when he came back, when he had a chance to really get the money. That's when he went to Miami, and yes, they did the sign and trade, so technically he got traded. But let's face it, he chose to go in Miami. They worked it out so that all three of them could, Bosh, Wade, LeBron, they could all play together. They structured their contracts.
Larry Bird rights still.
Yes, and they, kind of like what Tom Brady has done, kind of save some money so that you can have those pieces around him. Fill in with just some shooters around him. That's what they did. When LeBron came back, he was like those 1-and-1 contracts.
I mean, he likes shooters right around him.
I mean, yeah.
LeBron, what did we just draft?
The shooters?
Just saying, another little piece that might have just a little piece.
Hey, man.
Did he re-up his contract? No, he didn't.
No. I still can't watch the Cavs either, but I did watch their summer league because I could watch because on NBA TV.
I was watching the highlights of. I like that kid's stroke, man. He's got a nice shot.
I mean, take summer league with a grain of salt because it's it is the top picks, and then you're filling in with some G League guys and guys that they're on the cusp of possibly being that that two-way player or 10-day contract or getting that final roster spot to fill out. You're getting that early look before training camp comes in late September, early October for NBA teams. But
you could still see someone's shot, like the way they shoot. Like he's got like near perfect form.
Yes, yeah. So it's a guy that's worked on it. And again, I like that he was a 4-year player that kind of started to understand what it meant to work on his game, and that's a word that's important in this town. Kevin Stefanski talks about it, but JB Bickerstaff, Tito Francona, they all talk about it. We're going to need these guys to work to be good.
I mean, and you got Darius Garland. Look, he didn't come in and just blow up the league.
No,
he worked at it, and now look at him. What do you think all those kids below him are going to see that, and they're going to want to emulate that? The value of that is just amazing. Like I can't speak the words that like how to explain how awesome that is for the team. It's like Tim Duncan, man. Like when your leader's working really, really, really hard and taking the coaching, everyone follows suit. And I always use Tim Duncan because he was like the perfect example. But I'm so excited for the future of this team.
And I love the way that Darius plays. It looks so smooth. It looks so easy. It's not like he's not the most athletic. He's not the fastest out there, but it comes easy. It comes natural, and that comes from the work because only played 5 games in college, and then he's the 5th overall pick in his draft. Comes in, he's dealing with some injuries back and forth. Him and Colin Sexton not being able to get on the floor together. Darius is one of the leaders. And then, of course, bringing in Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, who is an absolute stud. I love seeing that they're all together out there in Vegas. Now, I think Evan Mobley just turned 21, so that could be, good or bad for
They'll be all right.
But they're all together, and they're
bonding with each other.
And that's what you love to see. And you see some of the good teams, they bring multiple guys aside to go out. I'm going to take a trip to Vegas and I'm going to watch my organization play Summer League. Evan Mobley played 1 year of Summer League. Now they're protecting him. They don't want him to get hurt out there. But he's out there. All these guys are out there having fun. Of course, they also signed Robin Lopez. Raul Neto, I believe, is like another like backup point guard. But I think the most crucial re-signing is, and what we talked about, they found the loophole. Ricky Rubio is coming back. Yes, he's coming off of an ACL tear, but these guys know him. They love him. He's a culture guy. He is that veteran backup point guard that can come in and run the second team and then feed off of Darius Garland. Will they bring back Colin Sexton? Will he get an offer and the Cavs match it? I don't know. I think it depends on what his market is. But in that trade, you get to keep Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio comes back after being with the Pacers in that trade. Karis LeVert is still here. And by not making the actual playoffs, they kept their lottery pick. It was a lottery-protected pick that they traded to get Karis LeVert here. They got to keep that pick and got Abaji.
Oh, they just totally crushed. That looked like an Indians trade to me when I saw it. I was like, wow, they just won that 100%. Like, there's no loss in that trade whatsoever for them.
Time will tell how good it is because, Karis has got to find his way with this team. He did not once he got back on the floor.
Which I feel bad because he got here and then he got hurt and he just never got a chance to acclimate with the team. And it's like, it's not that easy like people think. Like, you just go and, like, it's not like pickup games at a rec league and you can just, everyone's picking up together. No, one team's all playing with each other forever, and then you got this new guy trying to fit in, and the other 4 guys haven't played with them as much compared to the other teams. Got 5 guys that have been playing with each other for months. It's going to show, and especially at that level. And
it's sad to see a guy that keeps getting hurt, but Karis has been known to get hurt, and when injuries start, they don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's your best ability is your availability. If he's not available to this team, that's a problem. If he is available, he's going to have to find his way, because that type of player that can go get his own, that's what this team was missing. But he was pressing. He looked like he was trying to do too much. He was scoring 40, 50 points back-to-back games for Indiana. He was doing the bulk of their scoring. But they weren't a good basketball team. They were a guy and some other pieces around.
And before him, it was Colin Sexton, and he got hurt.
And both of those guys trying to do so much to bring this organization back. Now, there are so many different pieces, so many different elements where it's an actual team. You don't have to rely on one guy on the floor every single night. Yeah, you're going to have your main guys. You're going to have Garland. You're going to have Jared Allen. You're going to have Evan Mobley, probably more consistently being the highest scorers for the team and in the game. But other guys can step up and make plays, and I think that is so crucial. And now, no discredit to Moses Brown, but to have a guy like Robin Lopez, who is a traveled veteran around this league, he's a big. You know that they like that 7-footer rotation in that lineup. To have that veteran that he's probably not going to get a lot of minutes with his team to start.
But he's going to help Evan Mobley a lot.
He is. And if the opportunity presents itself, I'd rather rely on a Robin Lopez to fill some time than Moses Brown. Again, no discredit to Moses Brown because he earned himself, I think, a contract somewhere else, or he was looking at getting some offers. That's a young guy that's trying to make his way and needs to get on a team that has more playing time and not just being all the pressure's on him if an injury happens and he's got to step in. Let him go learn the game. Let him become a Robin Lopez later on in his career where people can rely on him and good teams can rely on him. I like the Robin Lopez sign. They'll probably go way under the radar, and if he doesn't play a lot and doesn't impact the team, oh well.
No,
you're taking a chance. You're just bringing in veteran leadership that you don't see when cameras are rolling.
Exactly, and then the big thing is like practice. Evan Mobley's now going to go against him instead of the other guy. Like, he's a huge step up right there from the other guy. I'm like, is he the Robin Lopez of old? No, but he's going to help him a lot when he goes and practices against this guy day in and day out. And when he does something wrong, that's the kind of guy he's going to be like, no, just do it like this, or try it this way. Those little tiny things that help with his development are going to go a long way in the long haul.
Before we hit our last break of the night, quick reaction. And we're taking money out of this because we know that with restricted free agents matching the contract, it depends on the money, especially with this team. Just gut instinct. Do you want Colin Sexton back, or Are you okay if he walks?
I want him back.
Stay or go, basically.
I want him back. Like, would I be okay if he walks? Probably. I'd be a little salty because I really like Colin Sexton. I've always liked him. I liked him. The minute they told me that dude almost won a game when it was 3-on-5, I'm like, I need that guy. That guy has just heart. Like, you've heard me say that about players. Like, that's just a huge element to someone's game. If you got heart, you can go really far, even if you don't have talent. And he's definitely talented. The guy can put in buckets. How he fits in here, I don't know. Like, I'd love to see him on like a 1 or 2 year deal.
Right. But I mean, if he gets like a 4-year deal somewhere, the Cavs have so many days to match. And if they do, I'm not gonna be mad at it. If he stays here, I say stay. If he does come back, if he does stay and finds, like, plays his game within kind of like what's there now, allows just some of those skills. He doesn't have to do it all anymore. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to be the guy after the guy left anymore. He can be part of the team. This guy can help. Colin Sexton can play the game of basketball.
He could be a 6th man of the year real easy. Like, Kevin Love almost won it last year.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, like, Colin Sexton right now is a better player than Kevin Love is in scoring. He can just consistently score more points than Kevin Love can.